Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehavlik ner shel Chanukah.
Tradition, the first word that comes to mind at the mention of Judaism. My family has lit these Hanukkah candles, chanted these prayers, and worn these kippahs for centuries or more. No matter where life has brought us, our traditions remained consistent and kept us together. So when I left home for Duke this August, I had no intention of leaving my traditions behind. Luckily, I quickly learned how much Duke's Jewish community had to offer. The Fleischman House, home to Duke's Chabad, was the first to offer me comfort through a community who shared my traditions. While Chabad is often associated with Orthodox practices, like men in top hats and women in long skirts, I learned that it also fostered community for teenagers in jeans and tank tops like me, with a long table and delicious food to gather around on the high holidays or just for Friday night Shabbat. As the boys wear their Chabad crazies kippahs, showing off their pride for both their school and their Jewish heritage. When I first met Rabbi Nassim, Chabad's rabbi, he instantly remembered my first and last name. This small gesture made me feel seen and wanted in the Chabad community. Ever since, he and his families have continuously welcomed my friends and me into their home and into their world. Even while raising 5 children, including a new baby, Rabbi's wife Chaya invites us in every Thursday night for an evening of food, Shabbat baking, and laughter. We all learned how to make challah and babka early in the semester, not just to strengthen our baking skills, but to bond with our peers and with the Chabad family, and to write each other messages in the flour. The results were always delicious. Often, we had special visitors join us, like David, the Chabad family's middle child, who sometimes sits atop the counter and helps us stir the batter. If we're lucky, all of the 4 older children will come out to play and ask to take pictures with fun filters on our phones, or dance around their living room while we sing along in the kitchen on the top floor of the Fleischman House. My friends and I have grown to think of the Chabad children as our little siblings here at Duke. In the midst of all our Thursday night fun, we still leave room to observe tradition, like shaking the lulav during Sukkot, followed by a sampling of our freshly baked challah in the sukkah built upon Chabad's patio. But tradition does not end beyond the walls of the Fleischman House. Challah for Hunger is a club on campus that fosters Jewish tradition while raising money for an incredible cause. Once a month, the club gathers in the Smith Warehouse kitchen, where we roll, braid, and bake challah dough to sell the next day in the Bryant Center Plaza. Challah for Hunger has been my opportunity to meet Jewish students who might be less involved with Chabad, but just as connected to their Jewish heritage. But when Friday night arrives and the time comes to light the Shabbat candles, I always find my way back to the Chabad community at the Fleischman House, my first home at Duke.